Says using the word amnesty is creating a fear among Americans. Do you agree with that?
Well, President Bush has changed his own definition of amnesty. Last year, amnesty was a path to citizenship. This year, he's changing it to complete forgiveness of all wrongs. The American people see this as amnesty because, in fact, it allows the illegal alien to obtain what they came here breaking the law to get, and that's the ability to live and work in legal status. And oftentimes, the American people, they want to see that illegal population shrink, and so in their eyes, it's clearly amnesty.
Now, Juan, this bill, as I understand it, allows people who broke the law to eventually become U.S. citizens. So the question is this fair, while those who follow the rules still encounter all kinds of bureaucratic delays?
Well, first of all, this is a very exciting week. Up to 76% of the people say that we should support this bill. It is not perfect. We can improve it after next week once it goes over to the House. And then once it goes to a conference, we can even improve it better so that it'll be even better for these good people who are not criminals. This is only civil regulations that they have broken. They've come across the border, yes, to work here. We have invited them over here. I'm surprised by the Eagle Forum. You guys have been supporting the president so many things. You do some good research, some good work in other areas. I'm sure that you're going to change your mind also.
Jessica, you want to respond to that?
Oh, that's quite hilarious, actually. President Bush has really taken a stab, and the last stab in the eye of the conservative movement with this bill. We are absolutely just frustrated with him. He refuses to listen. Instead, he finger points and he's name calling. And the American people, even conservatives, liberals across the board, really want to see the illegal population shrinking. It's really not 76% like Juan says. In fact, Rasmussen came out with a poll last week that said only 26% of the American people liked the Senate bill. If it was such a great thing, why are they rushing to get it done before the end of the summer?
I want to ask you a question. I want to split hairs over these numbers right now, because we do know that 3 times in the last 20 years or so, the government gave amnesty to illegal immigrants. But since then, the number of people entering this country illegally has steadily increased. So does amnesty or legalization in whatever form only encourage more people to sneak across the border, anticipating they're, probably going to become legal later on?
What has encouraged the people to come is that this nation is doing great. Our economy is doing great. We need these wonderful people. Our population is only growing at 1%. We have a good thing, and we have good people coming here. We are going to dignify them. We are going to legalize them. And next week, we start.
All right, Jessica, look, President Bush defines amnesty as being forgiveness, for being here without any penalties. So under this bill, illegal immigrants would have to pay fines. They would have to learn English. They have to get their background checks. They also have to return to their home country before getting legal status. So is that still amnesty, or is it something else?
That's actually not the case. Everything that you listed, there are huge loopholes. In fact, the returning home to the home country is only the head of the household, which in many of the illegal families is several families living together as a household. So 1 out of maybe a group of 20 people would be returning home, and it's more like a vacation. It's not, in fact, to go back and get in line and do it the legal way.
Oh my goodness, my friend.
And also, there really isn't
so unfair.
Hang on,
learning of English.
Finish.
There really isn't the learning of English as President Bush and others have suggested. In fact, the first 4 years on the Z visa, all you have to do is attempt to take an exam. You don't have to pass it. And then another 4 years later, you have to take a watered-down English test, only writing and reading 2 sentences in English. I know I don't speak Spanish, but I could figure out how to write 2 sentences and say 2 sentences in Spanish if I had to.
All right, so Juan, you said that Jessica and the Eagle Forum does its homework. Is she speaking the truth there? Is she right with the statistics?
This is so unfair to call this a vacation. These are individuals who risk their life. No, but let me tell you what this is about.
Yes,
this is
in fact, I am right, and that's why Juan is not able to combat that.
Jessica, a beautiful. Oh, of course I'm able to combat it, but you want to combat. You want to use vocabulary. Is it amnesty? Is it amnesty?
Is it untrue what I just said about the touchback provision?
Of course it's untrue.
It's absolutely correct.
No, the touchback provision. Let me tell you. Now, just a minute. You're wanting to generalize this, and you're wanting to accuse these wonderful wonderful people calling it a vacation.
No,
is it a vacation to risk your life to come to this nation? The specifics of the bill are the following, if you will allow me. Number one, yes, there is a touchback provision. They have to leave this nation. And by the way, no, they don't have to leave right now. They have to leave during an 8 period. And that is a wonderful thing. They have to pay a fine. I'm against the fine. It's $5,000. I mean, that is incredible. These people have committed no crimes and they have to pay a fine like that.
Okay.
Yes, it's only one in the household that must leave, and that's the right thing to do.
See, exactly. Only one. Only one.
Okay.
Who knows what?
Of course, only one.
Will actually be going
we could do this for
and
all
we're even
day,
going to
I'm
fight
sure,
for that. I
we
hope
just
not
can't.
even one has to leave.
No, we could talk about this forever, but Nick's like, you got to go. All right, so Jessica Echard and Juan Hernandez, thank you very much. Appreciate the spirited debate.
Alex.
Keep the good work, Jessica.
Oh.